Everybody, hello, well, my name is Samira Wilson, and today you're welcome to A Time with Lady Wilson. On today's Time with Lady Wilson, we are going to be doing a cook with me, and on today's menu, we are going to be doing chicken balls. Now, chicken balls, there are two ways of doing it. You can either get a minced chicken and then you do everything with the other ingredients, but I'm going to be showing you guys how to do it from scratch. Since we are doing chicken balls from scratch, you of course need something to process your meat. You'll be needing a food processor. If you don't have access to food processor, you can use the blender, but you have to use a high-powered blender. For the things you need for this recipe, of course you need chicken. So you have chicken. You can get chicken thighs or chicken breast, but I like using chicken breast because it has less fat, and always make sure that the chicken is skinned. You will need breadcrumbs. If you don't have breadcrumbs, you can use bread if you're using the food processor. So you need breadcrumbs, you need some oil. I'm not going to be using the oil in it, but it's just to, when I want to form the balls, I'll be using the oil, and the oil also for cooking. You'll be needing some paprika, not smoked, just regular paprika. It looks something like this. You'll be needing freshly ground white pepper. You'll be needing some Knorr cubes or Maggi cubes. You'll be needing some freshly ground black pepper. You'll be needing some habanero chili or Scotch bonnet. This is totally optional. If you don't want it spicy, you can leave that. You'll be needing some garlic powder. Garlic powder looks something like this. It's just a garlic concentrate. If you don't have this, you can use fresh, but I always advise to use dry ingredients so that all the mixture can bind together. You'll also be needing some onion powder, which is this. You'll be needing some curry powder. And then for our herbs, you'll be needing some thyme. This one, you'll be needing some oregano, and you'll be needing some basil. And for seasoning, you'll be needing some salt. You'll be needing this thing is called Vegeta. So if you're using Maggi cubes, you can omit Vegeta, but it's good to have them both. You'll of course be needing some eggs for binding. So into your food processor or your blender, balls. Like I said before, after I've been pulsing my chicken mix for about 3 minutes. Now what I'm going to check the consistency. Yes, so far I love the consistency. It's not runny, it's just the perfect consistency for any meatballs, chicken balls, or fish balls. So the next thing you want to add are your binding ingredients. You want to add your breadcrumbs. Not a lot of it because it's going to be tasting like chaff if it's too much. And then you want to add 1 egg. This is my egg already there. I'm just going to add and then pulse again for maybe 2 minutes, and then I'll show you guys what it looks like. After adding my binding ingredients and everything, this is what it looks like. You want to try to achieve a consistency like this. When you have this kind of consistency, your meatball cannot go wrong. It's going to be moist and it's going to be very juicy. So now to form the balls, I've already washed my hands, but I'm going to be wearing these cooking gloves for additional hygiene. If you don't have that, you just wash your hand and go ahead, but I'm going to be using this. So you want to use a spoon or a cookie scoop just to achieve the same shape and size, because you are going to be able to measure the same quantity. So you just want to do this like this much, put it in your palm and just rub it gently. Form a ball with it. So you want to achieve something like this. I'm just going to place it in here. So that is what your chicken ball should look like. Like so. And just fold again. Folding my meatballs and I'm done. They look like this. You want to achieve something like this. Now, for cooking meatballs, there are two ways. Like the traditional way of cooking meatballs is deep frying. I'm not going to be deep frying these meatballs because I'm looking for a healthier alternative to food. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to brown it on the gas and then I'm going to finish the cooking in the oven. Let's cook. So after heating my fry pan for a little bit, just add a little bit of oil, not too much, just to get it brown a little bit. Always try to stir it so that it shouldn't get burnt. My one looks like it's even getting burnt. I have this tray here. My tray is already prepped because when it gets brown, I'm just immediately going to transfer it here and then put it into the oven. So just brown it up for a little bit. So you just transfer as you can see, my chicken balls are quite brown. I'm just going to transfer them to the oven tray and then put in the oven. For the rest of them, I'm going to deep fry them so that you have you have other alternative in case you don't have an oven. My oven has been preheating for a bit. Now I'm just going to transfer the meatballs into the oven. And I'm going to be cooking for 180 degrees fan force for about 20 minutes, and then I'll show you guys what it looks like. As I promised before I said I was not going to do any deep frying, but then I realized that not everyone has ovens, so I'm going to be showing you an alternative, so in case you are stuck you can use the deep fryer. So this is my deep fryer. The oil has been preheating for a bit. I'm frying at 190 degrees. The oil has been warming for a bit, so I'm just going to add the meatballs in here and then fry. So this is your deep fried meatball. I'm done with that. Let's look at how the oven ones looks like. Okay, this is what the deep fried meatballs, chicken balls look like. Let's look at how the oven one looks like. This is what the oven cooked meatballs look like. As you can notice, they look brighter. That's because they skip the process of deep frying. And this one I always advise to go with the oven because it reduces the oil that you eat. So hello again. So meatball is cooked. Meatball is very versatile. You can have it as a snack, you can serve it to your guests, or you can eat it with whatever you want. So for today's meatball or chicken balls, I've actually cooked them with sauce, and I'm going to be serving them with A, pasta, and B, rice. So when I serve them, we're gonna try. So let's start with the pasta. I like this pasta because I don't know, it looks like capsicum in my eyes. It looks like different colors of capsicum. Let's eat this. This actually is very good. The meatball is very moist and very tasty. Everything is just on point. So you can have meatballs, like I said, for picnics or entertaining your guests, entrees, snacks, anything you want. So thank you for staying with me to the end. Thank you for watching. Make sure you like, you share, and to subscribe. And until next time with the Time with Lady Wilson, have a wonderful day.